Hello, this is Mike Carey, and you are listening to Ear to the Ground podcast. Hey guys, it has been a long time since I've seen you guys. It's been a few months, and I'm glad to be back and doing my podcast once again. I hope all of my family and friends out there have had a wonderful Christmas, and hope you have a happy New Year coming up soon. And just a shout out to all my students in the 8th grade this year and my former students at Fountain Lake and Jessieville, and all my brothers at Sigtall Gamma at SAU that are old guys like myself. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. And before we get started with the message, I just wanted to go over a few things. And it's been a rough year for me, guys. I don't know about some of you, but 2024, we were supporting the local physicians. My mother-in-law, Betty Coleman, she had to have a pacemaker put in and was in a hospital, and that turned out well, but it was a big struggle at first. My wife, she caught pneumonia and took her down big time, and she did not have to go to the hospital, was laid up in bed for several days, and she ended up being okay. And then my son, Benjamin Carey, was in a terrible car crash on his way to Nashville, and he should not have made it out alive, but God is just not doing with him yet. And he survived that crash, and we are so thankful for him. You know, he's in the band Census. I'm wearing his shirt right here today, and just happy to have him around after all that. And today, we're going to be talking about Matthew 25, 37 through 45. And the purpose of this message today is just a little reflection. We're getting to the new year, 2025. It's hard to believe, but sometimes it's good just kind of sit back and not just make New Year's resolutions, but think about, our past year. What can we improve on, become better Christians, better people? And so today's message is about reflection and just being sensitive to others out there in our community and in the world. So I'll go ahead and start with Matthew 25, 37 through 45. Then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you? The king will reply, I tell you the truth. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers of mine, you did for me. Then he will say to those on his left, Depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, and you did not invite me in. I needed clothes, and you did not clothe me. I was sick and in prison, and you did not look after me. They also will answer, Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty, or a stranger, or needing clothes, or sick, or in prison, and did not help you? He will reply, I tell you the truth, whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me. And this is the word of the Lord. If you think about the Bible, it's summed up in two things, really. You've probably heard before, love God and love others. And love God is something that's easy for us to say, but he says that's not good enough, that we have to love others around us and those that get on our nerves, those that upset us, those that irritate us. It's hard to love all people all the time. It's not the easiest thing to do. Whether you're at school and there's people in your classroom or in the hallway that get on your nerves, or you're at work and there's coworkers or bosses that just get on your nerves, or just strangers. You work in the public and you're trying to offer customer service, and people just come in with a bad mood, and so this is something that we're required to do, to love God and to love others. I think that as we look back this year, that we just need to keep our eyes open, keep our ears open to what's going on around us in our environment and where we work and where we go to school, and just think about, where do we see God? Our churches come up with an idea that they have a big poster and they're writing down where do you see God lately? And I think the answer is you see God in all the people around you if you look closely. You see God in every person. You see God in the janitor at school. You see God in the homeless person walking down the street. You see God in the police officer and fireman that's our person that's helping someone in a car wreck or doing patrol. You see God in everyone. God didn't make any junk. One thing our preacher says that we're all a unique person. We're an irrepeatable miracle of God. And so one thing I want to do is go ahead and say a prayer that we just take in that and live that to the best of our abilities today. Lord Jesus Christ, I just thank you for this day. I pray for all my family and friends who are out there listening to this podcast, Lord. I pray that they will examine themselves in the mirror and look at their own heart and mind, and help each and every one of us, Lord, to recognize others the way you recognize them. Help us to see others with your eyes. Help us to hear others with your ears. Help us to put hands and feet to help others. Because when it comes down to it, Lord, we all have a purpose in life, and a part of that purpose is going out and spreading your word and winning others to your kingdom. And it's hard to do that if we don't love our neighbor. And I just pray for each one of you that you have a happy new year. I pray that you will help us out by subscribing to this channel and sharing it with your family and friends. And just remember, guys, to make Jesus your influencer. And until next time, keep your ear to the ground.